हेलो गाइस, वेलकम बैक टू अनदर एपिसोड। आई नो ये एपिसोड बहुत ही लेट है, बट yesterday आई वाज बिजी विद सम वर्क। लाइक पूरा दिन काम ही काम था, बहुत ज़्यादा, तो टाइम नहीं मिला मुझे। एंड इट वाज रेस्ट डे, सो मे बी आई माइट बी अ लिटिल लेट टू पुट दिस वीडियो डाउन, बट या इट्स कमिंग नाउ। सो बात करते हैं आज लास्ट दो मैचेस ऑफ राउंड ऑफ 16 की, अर्जेंटीना वर्सेस इजिप्ट। एंड क्या ही बात करें भाई, बहुत ही क्रेजी गेम था। इजिप्ट वर डोमिनेटिंग टिल द 80th मिनट, एंड आफ्टर दैट द मैजिक हैपेंड। लियोनल मेसी shifted the momentum towards Argentina, and most of the game उस 10-11 मिनट में सिंगल हैंडेडली मेसी ने अर्जेंटीना को कैरी किया। बहुत controversial calls हुए, like many controversial calls you can say, starting off with the second goal that was disallowed for Egypt. It's crazy, I guess. बहुत ही controversial बोल सकते हैं इसको, but it was a definitive foul, I would say, with the reference to what impact does that happen towards the match, because a goal was scored and they needed a check to make sure that this part of sequence is not correct, and that's why referee looked into it. Argentina also called for it, and then VAR, I guess, came into picture. Like the referees that were sitting in the VAR, they also called it to check. Finally it went to the screen for the on-field referee to go and look, and the decision was foul. But I think VAR should have intervened a little bit earlier, or else at least given the call to the referee uh, a little bit earlier before the goal happened, because VAR, that's why they are there, to stop the play. But I guess it was the right call. Maybe the VAR referees were like, let the sequence complete, or maybe at least go to outside or anything, then they can check if the foul was there. But I think uh, yeah, it is a controversial call. It's a 50-50 call, like, but at the end of the day it was called a foul, and it was a foul. However, you can see, but it was a foul. Even if it I won't say it was a soft touch, because he literally stomped on Lisandro Martinez even when he didn't have the ball, and he tried to block his run without the ball. That's why it was a foul. That's it. That's my opinion. But yeah, it was VAR's fault, I would say, and the referee's fault. The most controversial call that happened like two times in the same sequence of play, in which Salah and I guess Alvarez's tackle on Salah, and at the same time McAllister pulling the shirt off the, I guess, Marmoush was there. It was. Uh, Maybe I don't know. I don't remember that much, but yeah, that sequence of play was the another controversial call. uh, don't know, that was also a great mistake from, I would say, VAR, to check, not to give the foul or a penalty, because at least they could have shown the VAR or the replay of the gameplay. They have shown, I guess, the replay of the gameplay. I'm not sure if they have shown or not, but they should have at least shown or given a signal to the referee to check the VAR, or at least, even if they have given the call, then at least the referee should have called it that I have checked on the VAR, the check is over, and it's not a foul, it's not a penalty. Uh, Going on for the first sequence, that Salah with and Julian Alvarez, it's not a foul. It's not a foul, because he touched the ball first, and then he was running towards the ball, and Salah lost the ball and he was trying to stop himself, and that's when he dived. That's when the foul happened. Foul, I would not say, but it was not that uh, that hard of a foul, because in penalty calls you have to see how much hard of a foul it is, and uh, how much impact does it give to the situation. and you can clearly see like there was no impact on the situation. Like अगर उसके पास बॉल नहीं है तो उस सीक्वेंस ऑफ प्ले में इतना सॉफ्ट फाउल इज़ नॉट अ फाउल. अगर वो बॉल हुलियन अल्वारेज के पैर को नहीं लगती एंड इफ साला वुड हैव gotten that touch then I would have said that it was a penalty. बट साला के पास बॉल ही नहीं था तो वो बस आगे मोमेंटम की वजह से चला गया एंड ही वॉज ट्राइंग टू स्टॉप himself so that he can go back to the ball, but it literally just backfired on him. Uh, the second call in the same sequence, that jersey pull from McAllister, I think it was desperate. I think it was desperate from both the players. Like he pulled the jersey a little bit harder, I would say, and then the Egypt player was totally desperate to get himself a penalty, and he dived. He literally dived. We can also see, and also in some replays or some clips that we have seen that. The on the stands, the Egypt coach and the players, they were not, they were agreeing that it wasn't foul. Even Salah was agreeing that it wasn't a foul, but after they conceded a goal, that's when they started protesting or complaining to the referee that why we are not checking this foul. Yeah, a big controversy from that side. But to say that give the trophy to Argentina or give the it's totally rigged for Argentina is not correct or not right way of saying on the, especially when you are a player on the pitch, because there were a lot more calls that were going in favor of Egypt, which were not impacting the situation for Egypt that much because they didn't capitalized on those, or maybe the sequence of play was stopped. But especially in this situation, why they protested is because the impact of the situation was very big, that they literally conceded the goal. So yeah, that's my honest opinion. And VAR should have, at least the referee should have cleared the situation to the Egypt players. Yeah, so like this is not a foul. He literally dived, and the second one we can clearly see the ball was touched. So I guess Salah shouldn't have complained that much. But the actions from the Egypt coach and the Egypt staff were not acceptable. Yeah, you might see that there are some controversial calls in the refereeing, and we have seen in the whole World Cup how refereeing is going on. And yeah, so this is my honest opinion on the controversial calls. Coming back to the game, Egypt dominated 80 minutes of the game. Like, good strategy from Egypt that they played compact, they played low block. Once they got their first goal, then they were pretty much settling and trying to go on counter attacks. Their main man was Salah and then Zico, and whenever the crosses were getting cleared from Egypt, they were finding their players in for the second ball, and that's why most of the sequences we can see, like whenever a cross is delivered or whenever there is a tackle inside the low block, they were finding their players somehow, and they got some sequences got lucky, I would say. And yeah, that's how the second goal also happened. The second disallowed goal also was happened. And but kudos to Argentina, they never know how to give up. They saw Messi, and Messi was not ready to give up. He literally thought that this was his last match for Argentina, and he was like, okay, then I need to change the game. I need to play for these. I need to make games for I need to make sequences that would give me goals. And the first goal, I would say, from Argentina, good, great cross. Just good strategy, I would say. But to put Messi on the right wing, he was a right wing to start with, and very underrated on the right wing, Messi. And he got that spaces, and Argentina also created spaces for Messi to go on the right wing. And some sequences we can see in the first goal itself, Julian Alvarez's position for the first goal was brilliant because the second line of defense was covering the pass to go to Lionel Messi, and Julian Alvarez came in that line and gave the pass to Messi. And then Romero scored the goal. A good header, but kudos to the goalkeeper as well. because he was literally saving their asses, because Argentina were making plays that should have been buried. First penalty also, yeah, it was a, I don't know. Like Messi has, I think he has promised himself to not bury a penalty in the World Cup. But these moments really matter because this can shift the momentum of the team in the game, and that's why if Argentina would have buried the penalty, then the game would have been equal and Egypt would have to start again. But that happened very much late in the game, and I was feeling inside that they are not going for the extra time, they are going for the shutdown, they are going for the winner, and that's what really happened. Second goal, brilliant positioning from Messi, and the same strategy. I think Egypt were trying. Yeah, Egypt did the same strategy. Like they were thinking that the second ball would go to Egypt player, but it didn't. They were not able to clear that easily because Martinez and Montiel, both of them, just went in front of the ball and tried to pass it so that it would have been a goal. But yeah, great positioning from Messi, and you can see the second line of defense just went ahead of the ball because they thought it would be a counter attack for Egypt and they would score another goal and shut down the game. But that didn't happen, and Messi came in clutch moments and scored that banger. That was also a good goal. And kudos to the goalkeeper because he literally touched every goal other than the third one, because that was a brilliant header from Enzo Fernandez. But the first and second goal, he literally had the fingertips on the ball and it still went ahead to goal. Hmm, what else? What else? Third goal was literally very simple. He had to just pinpoint pass to the in the box to Enzo, and Enzo just buried the header, and then the game was done. But I was scared, man. I was scared for this match because I know before this match they had faced Cabo Verde, and Cabo Verde literally exposed them in some sequences. That's what Egypt would have also seen, and they came up with a good plan. But yeah, African teams in this World Cup have been crazy, but they need that experience so that in the later part of the game they defend well or at least hold their lead, and that's what didn't happen for most of the African teams in the World Cup. You can see in Senegal Belgium match, in Ivory Coast England match, then France also, because France scored very late in the game, and the second one also from Mbappe's brilliance from outside the box shot, that was also, and in this Cabo Verde game also, and this Egypt also. I would like to mention this also, that Egypt lost their first game against Netherlands, I guess, with where they scored the first goal and they couldn't hold the lead, and in the later part of the game, yeah, Netherlands only. Yeah, Netherlands only, because Lukaku came later in the game and scored that goal equalizer, and yeah. So in the later parts of the game, in the dying moments of the game, African teams should have some backup to hold the game. They can't go with one strategy, because in the dying minutes everybody would go inside the box and somehow the goal would come, and that's what we saw in this game also. But great journey from African teams still here. uh, yeah, and great World Cup moments from African teams in this World Cup. So also I would say Messi is literally carrying Argentina this whole World Cup. He has won a World Cup, but he's not giving up. He's not giving up. He's like, I want to see another World Cup final from my team. I want to see that World Cup final. I want to relive these moments. I want to relive the World Cup thing again. I don't know. I don't know, man. That's literally crazy thing from Messi that he's carrying at 39, and that's what the difference is between any team. And in Argentina, they have Messi. If they have Messi on the pitch, they have the belief that they can win the match from any score line. Some underrated sequences from Messi, I would say, is when he came. Like the most clutch moment of the match is when Messi went to right wing. Like the one sequence of the play was like Messi got the ball. He went on inside the box, pushing the defender behind and coming in front of him. Not pushing, but just glazing the defender behind with his run, and then gave a pass to Lautaro Martinez, who just missed with his header. That was the turning point, I would say, because before that they hadn't scored a goal, I guess, but they started believing that yeah, we can score two goals in this much amount of time, and to score three goals in the regular time in 11 minutes or 13 minutes, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Real Madrid shit in Champions League. Yeah, that was the game for the World Cup, I would say, and Argentina are through to the quarterfinals. Whatever agenda, whatever controversial calls we saw in the match, that should go to FIFA. That should not be blamed on Argentina, because yeah, we can see like some of the plays that Argentina did during the whole World Cup. They were very referees were very lenient on Argentina, I would say, but those some calls were not correct. I also like to point that some calls were not correct, but in this match every call was correct. Every controversial call was correct from the referee. He just one thing that just went ahead and just blew inside the Egypt stand was not clearing that both the sequences were not a foul. Second match of the last match of the round of 16, Colombia versus Switzerland. I watched that game for the lot of time, and I slept, overslept, like slept over the penalties, because it was kind of a not I would not say it was a boring game, but the final third from both the teams were not happening, and I don't know why. Colombia got the better chances, but they couldn't bury it. Campaz had a brilliant chance in the extra time, but he just shot a sixer in the game. Colombia also, I would say that they did good, but at the same time, they were not clinical in their final third. Same for Switzerland, but both the teams were physical. They were like holding the ball. They were trying to, even if the man was coming on to them, they were trying to hold the ball. Many sequences, they lost the ball also, but it was a tough fight from both of them. But at the penalties, as everybody would say, in the penalties it's a 50-50 game, and Switzerland just went through. So yeah, that's it. Colombia are out. I feel sad for Colombia because they were a better team, I would say, on paper, but Switzerland did very well from their side. Colombia's journey in this whole World Cup sums up in their last game, not able to bury their chances in the final third. In the Portugal game also, they had very good chances, but they didn't bury their chances, and that's why it was a tie. Uh, yeah, but a good run from Colombia. So now the quarterfinals are going to start today. France versus Morocco. I'll give you one prediction from my side, if possible, if I have time today, because I still need to edit this video. It's like 7 p.m., 7:30 p.m. today in India, and the match is at 1 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, I would, if possible, I would give some my predictions of the quarterfinals. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks very much, and see you in the next video. Thank you.